Minister.
Honorable Chair, this is an amendment that I sincerely no longer want to proceed with for the following reasons. I had proposed an amendment that I put after insert uphold and then in accordance, but I no longer want that amendment. I want it as it is in the bill. So I'm not proposing any amendment to this. I want it as it is in the bill. Let me explain why I'm doing so. Let me explain so that honorable members, when they debate, they will fully appreciate what the Constitution says. The Constitution, Madam Speaker, Madam Chair, in chapter 11, which speaks about the security services, says in section 207, the security services of Zimbabwe consist of the defense forces, the police service, the intelligence service, the prisons and correctional service, and any other security service established by Act of Parliament. Then it goes on to say the security services are subject to the authority of this Constitution. I repeat, Madam Chair, subject to the authority of this Constitution, the President and the Cabinet, and are subject to parliamentary oversight. Membership of the and then it says on 208, conduct of members of security services. Members of the security services must act in accordance with this Constitution and the law. Honorable Chair, this is all that I am doing with the amendment that we are laying before you, to make sure that the text of every security sector speaks to what the Constitution says. And there was a drafting error where it said uphold, when all the security services are supposed to act in accordance with the Constitution as fully indicated in section 208. And that's the reason why we are changing section 212 to read exactly like what it says in 208. I submit, Honorable Chair, and I am not proposing any amendments. I want it to be upheld as it is in the bill.
Is there any debate?
Debate? Before you debate.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. I rise to buttress what the Honorable Minister has submitted. Honorable Speaker, ma'am, in drafting statutes and in revising statutes, we remove textual ambiguity. So this is one typical example of textual ambiguity which we saw fit to remove. The phrase upholding the Constitution is unnecessary, and it is part of our legal scrubbing that we removed it. So ordinarily that would have been the job of the legal reviser, but it is also good that it came before the August House for consideration. I so submit, Honorable Speaker, ma'am. I so submit, Honorable Speaker, ma'am.
Any debates? Honorable Wende.
To the Honorable Minister is kuti kana pasina chanetsa apa taitangosiya zvakadaro zvinhu zviri sezviri muConstitution. Gore riya takazoverenga news tiri pamwe chete tiri mapolitician, zvinhu zvashata, zvinhu zvemasoja taitangosiya zvakadaro kana pasina chanetsa. But kana pane chanetsa ameno motitaurirawo, but kana pasina chanetsa taitangosiya zvakadaro.
Order, Honorable Wende.
and the Honorable is not even speaking to the text. We explained what is happening, that we are, in fact, it is our duty to ensure that we clean up the statutes, we look at areas where there are ambiguities. The Honorable Member should then tell us how do we then reconcile Section 208, which speaks about all the security sector, and Section 212. Moreover, Honorable Chair, let me explain this. This Constitution does not allow, when there is no war, for the military to act without the authority of the police. They are required by this Constitution. If the police need them, they go and they then fall under the command of the police force. So there are several inconsistencies. When they are deployed to assist, then they fall under the civilian authority. So when they are required to go and do other duties, if they are assisting the police, then they have to be under the command of the police. So the Honorable Member must then debate why he thinks things must be left, because he thinks otherwise. We are not bound by his thinking, but by what must be done.
Further debate. When the Honorable Minister has responded to you, to what you had asked, the Honorable Minister, together with the Attorney General, were very clear. The law is not supposed to be ambiguous. It's supposed to be understood by anyone.
But he has invited me to suggest. He has invited me.
You may proceed.
Okay. In any Honorable Minister, we will stand guided by what you have said. Kana musina yenyu dambudziko, we will stand guided. Tangoti se vanhu vari kutamba vese tiri muno tirambe chitamba tese zvakanaka. But kana pasina dambudziko, we stand guided, and I withdraw.
Further debate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I've got two issues. Madam Chair, I've got two issues. The first one, I want the Honourable Minister to explain the difference between upholding and acting in accordance. I think that is very important for him to explain the distinction. Secondly, I heard the Honourable Minister say that the army can only intervene when it is called by the police to do so. Was that the case in November 2017? I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. There is a difference between the term acting in accordance with the Constitution and being expressly required to uphold the Constitution. The current term which exists right now imposes a positive constitutional duty according to my interpretation, and the one which is imposed appears to place an emphasis on compliance. So where there is uncertainty, I believe maybe Parliament should prefer stronger constitutional language rather than weaker language. So I would actually advocate for the current clause to remain as it is. The current sentence should remain as it is. Thank you.
Further debate, Honorable Mshoriwa.
Thank you, Madam.